Well, welcome today. Welcome families and friends and firefighters and dignitaries and our most important new guys. My name is Tim Benfit. I'm an assistant chief with the Fargo Fire Department, and I'm here to MC for you today, so you won't get to listen to me a whole bunch. First of all, we're here to welcome our three newest firefighters to our Fargo firefighter family. We'll have some remarks. We'll show you a video. We'll have a badge pinning ceremony where the families can come up, pin badges on. Everything will be official. And then we'll have some cake, some refreshments. And if they want to, they can show you, excuse me, they can take and show you some of our stations, give you a tour of whichever stations you want to go to, and then they're free to go. Afterward, they've put in plenty of hours this week, so we got everything out of them that we need this week. So to start things off, I will introduce our chief. Our fire chief is Steve Dirksen, and he'll come over and offer some remarks.
Well, good afternoon. It's great to be here this afternoon. This is a pretty remarkable day for the Fargo Fire Department. We became a professional fire department in 1903. That was when we started paying firefighters all the time. We had a couple fire wardens back in the 1870s and 80s and 90s, and in 1893 we had a big fire in Fargo where we burned down about 160 acres and lost a lot of the downtown. And at that point, the city commission decided that we needed to invest in a full-time fire department. So in 1903, a paid fire department was started, and here we are 116 years later. And we're going to bring on board and give a badge to our 500th employee in 116 years. So that's a pretty big day for us. That's a pretty monumental thing. It's a great thing for our department to have a history where we go back and we know those kind of things. So we'll tell you here, well, it's probably been out already, but we'll tell you which one of these guys is the lucky 500th employee here in a little bit. But these guys went through 7 weeks of very rigorous training. They all told me when I had them in my office and then offered them their made their job offers, and they all told me, we don't know anything about being a firefighter. Don't know anything other than there's a big red truck and there's hose and water comes out of it and there's ladders and stuff. But none of them knew anything about fire behavior. Some of them knew a little bit about building construction, but not a whole lot. They didn't know anything about SCBAs, technical rescue, hazmat, EMS, those kind of things. Very limited knowledge, and now they still know just about that much more. They are embarking on about a 30-year career, we hope, or more, and every day from now on is a learning day. You have just enough knowledge that we feel confident that with the right supervision, and we're going to provide that to you on the streets through a captain and other firefighters, some battalion chiefs, assistant chiefs, and myself. We're going to provide more training for you. We're going to watch over you, but we expect you to learn more and more each day. I was challenged when I was a young firefighter, learn one new thing every day. So I challenge you that when you're at work, learn one new thing every day. You're going to work about 110, 120 days a year. Make it your goal to learn one new thing every day. The world of firefighting changes. When I started as a firefighter, we didn't have bunker pants. We had 3/4 boots and a really long coat, not great helmets. SCBAs were just starting to be worn. If you wore one, you got yelled at by the old guys, "Come on, kid, toughen up." And now you guys wouldn't dare go in a fire without one. So there's going to be changes. There's going to be evolutions in everything that you do. Things that you'd learn today, you won't be doing 20 years from now because our profession is changing. All the different things that we're learning on how fire behaves, different methods, different attacks, different tasks, all change throughout your career. So you need to be a student of the profession. You need to be reading trade magazines. You need to be reading the manuals that we put in the stations for you. You need to be researching things. If you've got ideas, we want to help you explore those ideas. We want you to research. We want to be a cutting-edge, leading-edge fire department, and that's who we are. We don't want to bleed. We want to lead. So we want to try. We want to do things, and we're here to support you. We've got our city administration here. We've got the city commissioners here. They're here to support us. They've been great to our department. I can't say enough about this community and the support that we get from our administration and our commission. They make sure we have the best equipment. It's expensive, and they cringe every time I come in and tell them, hey, I need another $500,000 for this or that. But you know what? They do it. they support it because they provide us with those kind of things, and we're thankful for that. And so that's what you have in this community, and we're going to do that for you. And we're going to make sure that we do that. And I think that's a commitment that the community puts for us as well. So with that, I want to welcome you guys to the fire department. You're officially out of recruit status, and now you're into probationary firefighter status. These guys are going to start on shift next week, Monday and Tuesday, I believe. So 2 of them are going to B shift, and 1 of them is going to C shift. And this makes us, on our department, for the first time since like June of 2015, where every FTE that we're allocated is full. We will have a fully staffed fire department for the first time in about 4 years. So we're really excited about that. We hope it stays that way for a while. And with that, I'd like to introduce our mayor, Tim Mahoney.
Every time I see him, it looks like money. I don't know what that's about. Well, it's really exciting to have, again, new people come into the department, and 500 is unbelievable to get to that extent. I only regret that Tony Grinberg, one of our commissioners, hasn't gone through some of your training that you sometimes do to us commissioners or mayors just to give us an idea of what you do. And I went on site one time, and you were looking for thermal goggles so you could have infrared when you're inside looking for a body. They didn't give me any, and they said, go in and find a body, Tim. I said, this is hard. You can't see. It's everything smoky, everything. You can't see anything. So went in the building and tried to do that and realized why it's better to have a victim who has long hair. So if you can't lift him, at least you could pull him out of the place. So get through it all, I come back out the door, and my alarm's going off. I've used all my oxygen. I'm sweating like crazy. And I step out the door, and I say, how far did Denny Wallaker make it? Oh, he stopped at the door and didn't go in. So then I realized that firefighting has a little bit more to do with a lot of other things. But the 2 things I want you to remember about this is that as you join our team, you're joining a family. So all the people that sit with you, by you, families and fellow employees, you are a part of a family. And the FF stands for me as Fargo's finest. You are our ambassadors in the city of Fargo. So when you join our family, you are what people run into and say, you work for the city of Fargo, that's who they run into. And how you handle those situations, life, death, events that are emotional, different things that happen, reflects on our city. So we always enjoy the fact that firefighters in our community are the Fargo's finest. And whether it be a flood or whether it be a fire, they do the right thing for us. So congratulations. I'm glad we're to 500, and have a good day. Thanks.
Before the next introductions of our training captains, I'll point out we've got our city administrator, Bruce Grubb, in the back, assistant city administrator, Mike Redlinger, and Commissioner Tony Grinberg is also with us today. So next we'll have 2 of our training captains, Chris Piper and Ben Willey. They are the 2 that your gentlemen have spent the last 7 weeks with. I'll have them come up and offer some remarks and show you a video.
Good afternoon. As Assistant Chief Tim Benfit said, I'm Chris Piper, one of the 2 training captains for the Fargo Fire Department. And we've been working with these recruits for the last 7 weeks. And in the last 7 weeks, we've crammed 350 hours of training into these guys. Training from EMS to hazmat, technical rescue, fire suppression, a lot of it getting to know their equipment and becoming confident in their equipment. When they go on shift on Monday, Tuesday, that equipment, their life depends on that equipment. And I'm very confident with these 3 young men that they will do a great job for the city, and I'm even more confident that they'll be safe and that they'll be a good team player and a good member of this new family of 123 now full-strength firefighters in the city of Fargo, and part of, as the mayor says, the family of the city of Fargo. And we've done a lot of talking with these guys, and they understand their responsibilities as part of the family, and that everywhere they go, on and off duty, they represent everybody in the city of Fargo that works for the city of Fargo. Families are here, welcome. I feel I'm too young to have 3 sons this age, but if I was their father, I would be extremely proud of them. Mother, sister, brother. They've done a great job. They've put forth great effort. They've been very involved, very interested, asked questions, have been model recruits. So I've been honored to be a part of their development, And as the chief says, their careers have just begun. They've got 30 years to go, and they'll continue to learn every day. And look forward to seeing them for my next, how many ever years I have, and working with them.
My name is Ben Willie, and I'm the EMS training captain for the Fargo Fire Department. That was my main focus with our 3 recruits for training in this past 7 weeks. Really had limited time, 2 days in fact, of EMS, rigorous EMS training. EMS is actually one of the more prevalent responses that we go on, so it is important that we continue that line of training. Brett is actually already certified as an EMT. Tyler and Taylor will actually be starting their training here very soon to complete that, which will be an additional about 120 hours of training that they'll complete in their first year, along with everything else that they're doing. I just want to take the opportunity to echo what Chief Dirksen has said, and also what Captain Piper has said, and encourage you guys to continue to make every day a learning day. Don't be afraid to share what you've learned as well. That's important. Everybody in this room benefits from sharing, and it doesn't do us any good to hold information. So as you're learning, make yourself a teacher as well. And welcome to the FFD.
Crashing, hit a wall. Right now, I need a miracle. Hurry up now, I need a miracle. Stranded, reaching out. I call your name, but you're not around. I say your name.
Thanks, Chris and Ben. As you can see, these guys have been sweating a little bit over the last 7 weeks. So, before I introduce Fire Marshal Erickson and have the oath of office, I'd like to thank all the off-duty firefighters that showed up today, on-duty firefighters as well, and I see a couple retirees out there. I see Arlen Holm and Leroy Scarlocken. I don't know if Arlen, we kind of changed our system of numbering. Leroy, do you remember the number that you had? 315. So today we're introducing number 500. So I'm going to have Fire Marshal Ryan Erickson come up. And I'm going to have our 3 new recruits come up. And Ryan will administer the oath of office.
Okay, if I could have you guys raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the position of firefighter for the City of Fargo Fire Department. I will, to the best of my ability, work to reduce the rate of emergencies through public education and code enforcement, protect lives and property from fire and other emergencies, and respond to emergencies in a professional and courteous manner. So help me God. Congratulations.
All right, we'll have all 3 of you stand up or stay up here while we do the badge pinning. So first we'll have Chief Dirksen, Mayor come back, and who's first? Brett. So we'll have Brett. Who's gonna? Ashley can come on up. And then we've also got Tyler Garding. Stay up here, Ashley. Next, we've got number 499 is Tyler. And Tyler, there we go. And number 500 is Taylor Tollefson. Congratulations, Ben. All right, that concludes our ceremony for today. Be sure and stick around, shake their hand, and have some cake and coffee out in the atrium.